Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 970. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up?
So you've been busy.
Yes. So Star Wars Celebration was over the weekend, and my friends and I got to go. We got into some of the panels. It was a really good time. But I just wanted to come on and talk about, the trailers that have been released and whatnot. So I guess we can start with The Last Jedi.
Yes.
So I haven't heard your reaction to it. I'm interested in hearing what you thought of it.
I loved it, actually.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I got to tell you, we were in the panel, my friends and I, when the trailer played.
Right.
And when Luke turned around and said, "It's time for the Jedi to end," the reaction in the panel. I wasn't in the live panel. My friends and I were in the streaming panel,
Right.
or in the streaming room, I should say. The place went crazy.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew what to do. They were just like, "What does he mean?"
Yeah.
They're like, "What does he mean? What does that mean?"
I got, when he said it, I actually got chills because I didn't know I was like, so you're not a Jedi now? Like, I thought you're the last Jedi. It's like.
Well, it's interesting that you said that because Rian Johnson confirmed who the Last Jedi is.
Luke Skywalker.
And it is Luke.
Okay.
And he said that it is not a plural title, despite what the foreign title said.
Right.
Rey is not a Jedi. He didn't say that specifically, but he did say that the title is referring to Luke Skywalker. So
he's training her with the Force, but he's
yes.
not training her to be a Jedi.
He's not training her to be a Jedi that we know. He's training her. Apparently, the dominating rumor right now is basically what we've said on here before. Apparently, and this may be spoilers for the movie, so if you guys don't want to know, stop watching now.
Right.
But it seems pretty apparent that the rumor that Luke found the original teachings of the Jedi, the original Jedi.
The original. Right.
Yeah. Those teachings were far different from the Jedi that we know from, like, the prequels.
Ooh.
And that is why he says it's time for the Jedi to end. So technically, he is still a Jedi, but he's not following those teachings anymore. He's going back to the original teachings.
So wait a minute, like Yoda and all of them were following the wrong teachings?
Yoda and them were following like a distorted version of the original teachings.
Oh, no.
And basically, think of it like this. Think of the Jedi as like a religion.
Mm-hmm.
The Jedi Order. It's been around for so long, like even before the Republic, apparently.
Right.
That the original teachings, which were the teachings by the Wills, I guess, or those Jedi were based theirs off the Wills, apparently. Those teachings over time began to change.
Right.
People started doing their own thing. So the Jedi that we know in like the prequels and years before the prequels, they were following the Jedi's teachings, but they were not the original Jedi's teaching. They were like an altered version, if you will.
So in other words, like hypothetically speaking, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yoda dies,
mm-hmm.
and he goes to the underworld, where all the Jedi are, or whatever.
The netherworld of the Force.
Whatever it is, right? And he's like, we're learning the wrong thing. That's not really, like it's an awakening. Oh, this is the way it's really supposed to be. And then is it like Yoda communicating with Luke? Like, this is actually the way it's supposed to be? And then they give him hints to go there? Or is it like...
Well, it's very interesting because there's a shot in the trailer where you see what looks to be books.
Right.
In a tree or a cave, potentially. I'm convinced that at least one of those books is the Journal of the Wills. That has these teachings there.
Okay.
As you know, there's an episode of Clone Wars where Yoda confronts what would be considered his dark side.
Okay.
And at first he denies that this side of him exists.
Right.
And the dark version of him says, "The more you deny me, the stronger I become.
Okay.
The only way Yoda defeats him, he literally stands there and says, I accept that you are a part of me, but I will not let you control me. And the dark side of him like fades into his body and vanishes.
Oh.
It's very interesting to me that that's the way they went with that, because I have a feeling that Luke and Rey, or maybe just Rey, are going to establish a new Jedi Order where they teach both the light and some of the dark in order to keep them from turning dark. You know what I'm saying? And Luke did that in the expanded universe in the old canon. His Jedi Temple, his Jedi Order, and I guess the Academy, the Jedi Academy, they taught some dark side abilities. And Luke himself, at one point, turned to the dark side and turned back and utilized the abilities. So I think what we're going to see is less of a Jedi Order that we saw in the prequels and more of like a different Jedi Order. But I'm going to say that I was wrong. I don't think they're going to become gray Jedi anymore. I think they're just going to be Jedi that have a different way of teaching things.
Right.
Which is fine with me. I think that's a great idea because I got to be honest with you. I don't really want to see the Jedi that we saw in the prequels. That was good for then, but if we keep seeing the same thing over and over, it's like, all right.
And like I told you, I'm not crazy about gray Jedi, regular Jedi, Sith, not Sith. I said keep it simple, like one or the other, you know? Mm-hmm. Like Sith or Jedi or what, you know, that's it. Not like, you know, different types of Jedi, because then it really loses the audience, I think. But
yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that with the Jedi. I think they're just going to be called Jedi, but you might see them do some different things, which again, I'm fine. Now, as for the Sith, I have a funny feeling that they're gone. I don't think they're coming back. I think we're going to have different dark side users in the Knights of Ren and whoever Snoke is and whatnot. One thing that I found very peculiar about this trailer, there was no sign of Snoke anywhere.
Yeah.
We saw Kylo Ren, who I'm surprised has the same lightsaber, but I'm not disappointed.
Right.
And we saw Phasma in a great shot.
That was the best shot for Phasma, I must say.
Yeah. There was a lot of good stuff in that trailer, but for me, the highlight of it was Luke saying it's time for the Jedi to end. I mean, that is just crazy. Like, it's like, holy shit. Pardon my language. Like,
did you see the link up between Force Awakens and Last Jedi? How it like comes together like exactly?
The trailers are very similar.
Like links it where it plays seconds to the second. Like,
yeah.
I saw that. I gotta say I did like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's a teaser. It's not really a trailer. You know, it's a teaser, I guess. Which everybody's calling a trailer, but it's a teaser. I kind of wanted to see like a little more Kylo Ren. I mean, we got one thing. It was like, oh, you know, like why couldn't they show a little more? But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, the only signs of him we saw were him standing in front of that what looked like a fire with his lightsaber. And like you
said, no helmet.
Yeah, they smashed it. You saw that at the beginning?
Yeah.
I thought that was Vader's helmet at first, but you can see that it's Kylo Ren's. I watched it a few more times and people slowed it down. It is his helmet. I was not expecting that. I had no idea that like I thought he was going to wear it at the beginning and then he was going to take it off.
Well,
I guess in this movie, no helmet.
Who took it and who smashed it?
You know, I've been going back and forth. I heard some things today. People
like Ray
speculating.
Didn't take it.
Huh?
Ray took it or no? I mean,
no.
People out there was him, and then when he rescued him, I guess.
A lot of people think Snoke smashed it.
Really?
Like he got pissed at him, and he was like, "This is for your failure." But I don't really buy that because, like, oh, you smashed his helmet, big deal. I think Ren did it. To be honest with you, I think he did it himself. I think he got pissed. And he hit it with something where he crushed it. I would love to see him like force crush it because that's an ability that we haven't seen canon yet. At least I don't think force crush.
We've seen that.
I'm trying to think.
Darth Vader crushed. Darth Vader when he came out off the table, he was crushing everything.
Yeah, I
Metal
guess. Yeah, I
was
guess
folded in on it,
that
so.
does count. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, I would love to see Kylo Ren force crush his helmet. I mean, that'd be great. But I kind of hope he gets a new one. To be honest with you.
I just don't want it to be drastically different where you don't even know it's him.
Yeah.
You know?
But other than that, I thought it was great. I love the music.
Yeah.
The music and John Williams is, I mean, of course. But you
Right.
know, I
This
love
is the
that
last
ending.
one, right, with him?
It might be, yeah.
They should just make him do the next one. That's it. I mean,
I have a funny feeling that he did. I don't think he's gonna stop at 8. That would make no sense.
Okay. I do like the announcement that someone in the I think the CEO jumped the gun and that Han Solo's name is Han Solo, and that's all bullshit. That they say how he got his name, meaning the best smuggler in the galaxy or whatever the hell it is.
Oh,
Not
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, basically they said, look, Kathleen Kennedy came out and said, listen, there was a misunderstanding when he came out and he said how he gets his name. It wasn't that, it was basically about how he did the Kessel Run, how he did all, but not that he's got a different name. So she's like, a record rest easy, Han Solo is his name. He's not getting another name. So everybody's like, oh, yeah, like whatever. Because that was crazy. I was getting very worried just because of that, and they knew it. It was panic mode at Disney that they had to make an announcement. So I'm pretty glad that that's resolved.
Right.
And while you're doing Star Wars, there's so much crap that happened, dude.
Well, there was one other trailer that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, the Rebels, right?
Yes.
I didn't even see that.
We got into the Rebels panel, and they showed us the trailer, and we got to see the first episode of this season as well.
Oh, wow.
The first episode was really good.
Okay.
And in the trailer, this is the last season.
Okay.
Dave Filoni came out and he said it is the last season. And he also said that there is definitely a new animated series coming.
Yeah, but it's like the girl one, right, though?
No, it's something separate. He's working on this new animated series.
And
he
it's
didn't tell
related
us
to
what
this?
it is. Huh?
It's related to this? Like, this is still canon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It might not be related to Rebels, but whatever he's doing is going to be canon.
But Rebels is canon.
Most likely.
Rebels
is canon. Yeah, okay. Yeah. One interesting thing that got everybody probably shocked the most, other than him saying it was the last season, there's a character being voiced by Warwick Davis in Rebels. And is a character from the Thrawn trilogy, the Heir to the Empire trilogy. It is his personal bodyguard, Rook. He is in Rebels. He's going to be in Rebels. That means he's been brought back into canon.
Wow.
And Warwick Davis is voicing him. You can see Rook in the trailer.
Okay.
The trailer was very haunting because it's Hera at the beginning talking about in past tense that she served with people, with Ezra, with Sabine, with Zeb and Chopper and Kanan.
Right.
I think they're all dead, except for Chopper.
Right.
And Hera, obviously. I think they're all dead. I have a very funny feeling that they're all going to die.
Okay.
But the trailer was very good, and the first episode was pretty good too.
When does that start?
I think in the fall.
Okay. The fall into next year, right? So it'll be like 2017, 2018. I think
it might finish this year because there's only 15 episodes this season.
Oh, so they'll air all 15 in the fall.
I think they might, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's rumors that Boba Fett might show up in this season.
Ooh.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Very nice. What else I wanted to say? Star Wars related. Anything about Obi-Wan?
No, nothing about any future anthology films. Although there was an article that I saw a couple of days ago that said Kathleen Kennedy said that we might get the title for the next one this summer.
Yeah, because basically it's we know it's Han Solo, right? That's the next one, right? But usually we would know what's after that. Like
I was expecting them to say it at Celebration. I'm very surprised that they didn't.
Right, and no Star Wars TV. That's totally scrapped still.
As of right now, yeah.
Okay. Do you think Boba Fett's going to be the thing, or is it going to be the spinoff?
I think the next anthology film is going to be either Obi-Wan
Mm-hmm.
or it's going to be a bounty hunters movie with Boba Fett as the main character. But I don't think it's going to be solely about him.
But like a Suicide Squad, but like Boba Fett and all those people.
Well,
Something.
I don't know about that. There wasn't a rumor that I had heard that he was going to be in a movie, but it's not going to be his movie. He's going to be the main character, but it's going to be about bounty hunters fighting each other for something or something like that. I said if they make a Boba Fett movie, they should do it, and he should keep his helmet on the whole movie.
Yeah, they can't take his helmet off.
Don't take his helmet off.
I wouldn't want that. What about a Darth Vader movie? They won't do that?
Oh, I think they will. I think they'll do it, definitely. I just don't think they're going to do it now. I think they're going to give it a couple of years, and then then that will be the big thing. Like we won't be expecting it, and then they'll be like Star Wars anthology Vader or Vader or Star Wars.
Could they
story.
do like the anthologies, but Vader would be like the main movie, like a trilogy, to take a break from the regular trilogies of 10, 11, and 12, like after 9. They'll have the anthology, but then Darth Vader will be considered a bit major movie, like trilogy, and then after years pass, then it can jump right into,
Well, I think we're definitely going to see a Vader movie. I know I was lukewarm about it before, but I definitely think we're going to see one. However, I don't think he's going to get a trilogy. The idea that you just said with after 9, I have a very funny feeling that after 9, we are going to get another trilogy. It's not going to be 10, 11, and 12 yet. I think they're going to do an Old Republic trilogy.
Oh.
I think they're going to go way back to like maybe even Revan times.
Oh.
And they might do Revan stuff because I got to tell you, with 8 potentially having the Wills and the original Jedi, that's probably a story that they want to tell.
Right.
And it wouldn't surprise me. Unless that's going to be the Netflix or television series that they do, because I still think they're going to do a Netflix series or a television series or something like that. I'm leaning more towards a Netflix series because you can get away with more on that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Old Republic stuff very soon. Rather sooner than later, to be honest with you. But as for Vader, yeah, I definitely think he's going to get a movie. I think they would be foolish not to do it, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the idea. If you make that movie, people are going to line up out the door to go see it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah, it's going to be crazy.
The merchandise alone that you could sell with a Darth Vader movie would be you don't even have to have Vader in the movie and he still sells out merchandise.
You have a Darth Vader movie, I'm sorry. It's going to be like $2 billion or more, I think. It's going to go crazy.
I agree, I do.
I mean, then they're going to be like, oh, we got our money back, thanks. I think they got it back already, just about. Make $4.5 billion.
I mean, if they do a Vader movie and they do it well, like they get somebody who's like, listen, he's going to be slashing people and ripping out throats. They got the guy that was
in Rogue One, going around and doing stuff like that. And then James Earl Jones, absolutely.
They would need a crazy director who would just be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it up.
Tarantino or something.
That's what I was thinking too. Vader shoving lightsabers into people's faces.
It's Kill Bill in space, but it's not Bill, it's the Emperor. No, whatever it's like.
That would be a movie I'd like to see. Anthology Palpatine or something like that, to see him when he was younger. Show Darth Plagueis and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They had put something out today about some lost footage or stuff you've never seen about the abandoned video game Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 3.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I love The Force Unleashed, and I'm so bummed that we're never gonna get that third game.
We really won't. No matter what.
No. They're not. From what I've heard, that Starkiller is not a character that people are keen on having in canon.
That's what his name was?
Well, his real name was Galen Merrick, but
Starkiller
Starkiller was his code.
Wasn't there a Starkiller base? I don't want to confuse it then, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Starkiller was his code name.
Yes. They're not going to do it now. They had a base about it. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I mean, my friend
Which
had a
was a
really good
coincidence,
idea.
right?
He said if they wanted to bring Galen Merrick into canon, they could have made him one of the Inquisitors.
But that was just a coincidence. A coincidence that they named it Starkiller base, right?
Well, Starkiller has a very long history throughout Star Wars. Like originally, Skywalker was supposed to be Starkiller.
Okay.
And then they changed it, and then they used it in Force Unleashed, and then of course in the Force Awakens with Starkiller base, like you said.
So then that's never going to be canon ever.
I don't think so.
Yeah. That would be
Especially since in like recent years, people have kind of been like, well, the stuff he does in the video game is a little ridiculous, and some of it is, but I think most of it is kind of normal for Star Wars.
And there was a Darth Maul game that was abandoned too.
Yeah, they were supposed to do that. That really bummed people out because
there
that
was another
gonna
game
be big.
too. It was 13 or something.
1313, yeah.
What the hell was that?
That was the reason it was called 1313 was it was supposed to, if I remember correctly, it was supposed to take place on Coruscant on the 13th level, because like it's not only the outer part of Coruscant that's a city, it's like all the way into the core.
Okay.
And it goes by levels, and I guess 1313 was going to be like an underworld smuggler.
And they just scrapped everything.
They had footage and everything, and then it was like, nope,
done.
I think Boba Fett was supposed to be in that game.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure it took place. I might be wrong, but I think it took place during or shortly after the Clone Wars or something like that.
Okay. You know, I was looking on Box Office Mojo, and even though it's out on DVD and Blu-ray, like, it's still making a little money box office wise. It's still out some places. It's amazing.
What's that?
Rogue One.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm just gonna end off with the numbers for that. And again, it is basically just about done. Because it's on, Blu-ray and DVD, but it's got 1,055,839,913. So great run for Rogue One Star Wars story. So yeah, and $532,076,023 for domestic. So, all right, I think we're gonna leave this just Star Wars centric.
Sounds good.
We'll do another one on aliens now. We could. All right, take care. Bye for now.